걸그룹처럼
누구 모을 거예요?
제시랑 너무 벌써 무섭죠? 제시랑 저랑 정화 언니 정화 언니 가고 하사 가고
The views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
After 3 long years,
Welcome back, Commander.
here we are again.
Say what?
Again with the angst, the controversy, and wit that can withstand anything or anyone it's up against. Here to give you the scoop about K-pop and other crap you can think of, the prima donna of K-pop radio is back. Better, stronger, and well, he's still the rowdy asshole everyone expects him to be. Thy kingdom come! Welcome the evil stepchild of SLR the podcast, the Kingdom Podcast. And here he is, the man of the hour, the best among the rest, and your resident K-pop critic, the voice, DJ Yuuki.
Hey, welcome back to the podcast. It is a Tuesday morning in the Philippines, the 13th of October 2020. This is Yuki. This is the Kingdom Podcast, brought to you by Anchor.fm. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and on Anchor, all in the same name at the Kingdom Pod PH. This episode will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. And of course, like every other podcast episode we have here, we have Abby. And I just cut off her recording of her new podcast episode. Abby, I'm really sorry for that.
No, you're not.
I am.
It's not sorry at all. Please not.
I am, literally. I mean, I felt really bad, but because I know how it is that you're so in the groove of recording like a fucking episode, and then holy fuck.
I was doing my song review, and then in the middle, not even in the middle, I was nearly done, and then I hear the little dun, and I was like, oh shit. and then instantly I'm just like, well, great, it's probably him, because I see he messaged me on Twitter, so I'm like, great, it's probably my Discord. Honestly, it's my fault though, because I was recording around our time, and I figured I would have been done by then, but then I wasn't, because I was babbling on about some movie that I wanted everyone to watch.
Right.
But yeah.
Friggin' A. I'm really sorry. Anyway, I mean, let's talk about a little bit of your podcast before we get to, what we're going to talk about. So you're on your 4th episode. Can you briefly tell me how the experience was recording that? Because that's a bit heavier than your usual.
Okay, yeah. So it was like, let me think. It was my 4th episode, and actually I had my first guest on. It was so much fun because
cool.
We were talking before, and she was kind of nervous about doing it. Like, no, you can do it. And she had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and we actually did it through the Anchor app, because Discord is a total bitch, and I don't like recording on Discord. But so we did it on Anchor, and it did like really, really well. I edited, some things out because it was like some cut out. But other than that, it got like the full episode in general. It got over 90 plays, which is so cool.
Hell yes.
I know, it's like my most viewed episode ever, and that's like really, really cool, considering that the topic was like pretty serious, and it was an update on the other stuff that's been talked about in my podcast before, but it was really, really cool.
I haven't listened to it. What's it about? I mean, I see it's pop-based, ultimately horrible.
Basically just an update about what happened, like kind of it turns out that pop-based is not everything that it intended to be, and I'll leave that at that, because it's kind of it was just an update of things that Pop Base has been accused of, And it was kind of just basically the whole full episode is just me and my guest going through each and every receipt that we found. And yeah, that's about it. But I kind of just want to leave it at that, so that way your viewers and you can kind of like, oh, like what's it about?
Absolutely.
And so just go listen.
Yep. And that we will. Check it out, guys. Anchor.fm/Mamamoo Gossip Corner. That's her own podcast. She's into this now. We got to support her.
Yeah.
And we got to support her since, we play her commercial here on air. So,
I just do it.
Yeah, that's a horror story. I mean, what happened with Pop Bays, I feel like it's something scary to even not think about, but talk about on the podcast, which, you got some balls to do that. But since we're into that scary topic, before we start off, the episode, I've been binge watching a lot of documentaries on Netflix, and I'm normally into the documentaries that are mostly crime documentaries. I just watched the Ted Bundy confession tapes. By the way, he's very interesting. I don't like him, of course, but he's an interesting lad. But I guess that's how serial killers are, they have to be interesting. They have to be, I guess, in a way, charismatic for them to do their stuff. So, something scary. He's a scary dude. I want to ask you, though, since we're almost nearing, Halloween and stuff, what are, good Hollywood, or even not Hollywood, just good horror movies to watch now?
I have just watched, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to be doing it again. It's like... Shut up. So, okay, I literally just talked about it as I was recording.
Nice.
But I just watched The Devil All the Time. It is not a Halloween movie. It is super messed up.
That's the Tom Holland movie, yeah?
Yeah. It's like everyone keeps saying like, oh, it also has Robert Pattinson in it. If you don't know who he is,
Batman.
He was Edward Cullen. Edward Cullen from Twilight.
I know him as Batman. Not
that movie has not even been out yet.
Well,
you can't qualify. He doesn't qualify for that yet.
Oh, Bruce Wayne more than Edward. Okay, whatever.
Okay. But it is a super, super creepy movie, and it's kind of like, obviously I had to like pause it for a second just to kind of like, because I was like, oh, that happened, and I need to cleanse myself because, oh boy, it's a very, very messed up movie. Another one that you should check out is Halloween, the classic.
Yeah, the classic.
It's got Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like people don't give it enough credit for some reason. I don't know why. It just like, why? It's such a classic movie. Why wouldn't you give it the recognition it deserves? Mom thinks it's stupid. But I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. So, yeah, and I'm trying to educate her in the field of movies.
Right.
She how when Jaws came out, and it was kind of like, to me, it looks stupid because it's like, it's just a bunch of ketchup blood. Of course, to people like my mom who grew up with that movie, she's just like, oh no, I couldn't step into water for like 5 years after that movie. I was like, are you serious? But, anyways, so those are my movies. There is a game, like a mobile game I've been playing on my phone. Super, super fun. It's called Dead by Daylight.
Why are you playing it in your phone? It's on PC. Play it on your PC. Why are you doing it on your phone?
I don't have a PC.
You do. You're recording on it right now.
I'm not downloading it on my computer. I don't want to get a bug.
Fair enough. I mean, it's on Steam.
I play it on my phone. It's super, super fun.
It is.
I like playing it.
Yeah.
Being a survivor is better.
Really? I mean, it gives me the creeps whenever I hide like on the corner and then you see that red light just fucking chasing you. It's like shit.
Want to know what I do? I just hide in a locker for like the whole time, and then I come out to just fiddle around with the generator, and then I just run back in. I don't actually I don't actually like try to help anybody, which is so bad.
Have you actually won, a round?
Yeah, I've
by
won
just
like
doing
plenty of
that?
rounds, but see, it's not
Okay.
by just doing that. Yeah, but see, like I don't actually help anybody, which is so bad. I
Yeah,
feel like I need to.
Yeah, you're a horrible person to be with, when it comes to
know.
like that.
Don't. Yeah, for anyone who like finds my hand for the game, don't play with me because I won't help you.
Exactly. Yeah, let's not do that, guys. Let's not play with her. Anyway, I want you to check out something since we're in the topic of horror things. Check out Haunted Asylum Gonjiam. That's a Korean movie. It's good. It's kind of like you know how famous the Blair Witch Project concept is. It's something like that, but it's not boring in any way. So might want to check that out. I think still up to this date, it still gives me the creeps. The Exorcism of Emily Rose is super good. Check that out as well. Now that it's Halloween, another good movie. Fuck. The Nun was a good movie, except for the ending. It was kind of like not really supernaturally.
Oh, viewers, don't listen to him. That movie awful. Listen,
It was okay. It was okay.
That movie had the worst lighting I've ever freaking seen.
It's a horror movie.
Oh,
It's supposed to be dark.
Nope. A movie does not have to have bad lighting in order to be scary. Absolutely not.
Fair enough. But I mean, I just the time where I felt like, okay, this is getting boring for me at that time was when, this is the blood of Christ. Oh, okay. I mean, right, sure.
So you say like okay in tiny font. You're just
Yeah,
like, okay.
yeah, okay. It's gonna coagulate, I mean, that's blood. Scientifically speaking, it can't be fresh after like fucking 4,000 years. I mean, it's not possible. So
It's gotta be stale.
yeah, it's gotta be not stale. That should be solid. I mean,
That's true. Yeah.
fuck. I mean, that's
No,
where
no.
it turned
A
on.
better movie. You need to watch a better movie, like The Conjuring. It's actually scary.
Which Conjuring?
Actually, the second one's kind of better.
Oh,
I prefer
yeah.
the second.
The second one is the one in the UK, right? It's based on a true
Yeah.
story. So yeah, check that out. It's the Poltergeist movie of the Conjuring. Yeah, The Conjuring 2 is, I think that's the best out of, all of the franchise movies that they have. So you might want to check that out. Annabelle Creation sucked. Don't watch it. I hated it. I expected so much because I love Annabelle. I love the character. But yeah, that sucked. And I don't know.
I know something.
What?
So the Annabelle doll is actually based on a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
My sister and I used to have Raggedy Ann dolls when we were little.
Where are they?
They are nowhere because actually I think moved from my old house and I think we like gave them away to Goodwill or something, like a charity.
That's
But yeah, we used to have actual Raggedy Ann dolls. Scary.
yeah, that Raggedy Ann doll scares me more than Chucky. I would have loved to have owned a Chucky doll because they used to sell that,
Chucky
right?
was scary. Yeah, they used to sell that.
Yeah, they used to sell that. It's super cool. Like it.
Chucky dolls used to not. No, they weren't a thing before the movie. Raggedy Ann dolls were a thing before Annabelle came. Because
Yeah, because they had to change the the appearance of Annabelle. Of course, you're not gonna be fucking scared when a Raggedy Ann doll runs towards you and tries to kill you. Oh, that's so cute. I mean, look at those beady eyes. They have to change it. But yeah, I mean, I like the character. I just didn't like her solo movies. Something I'm been dying to watch is The Curse of La Llorona, I think. Yeah.
don't watch it. It's bad.
Don't watch it? Okay, fine.
Oh, it's not good.
Oh man.
Rely on me for good movies. You won't regret it.
Fine. But if you haven't watched it, guys, Exorcism of Emily Rose, that exorcism scene still haunts me to this day. I love that movie. I'm not going to get tired of watching that movie. Those voices just gets in your head. And it's not even, the typical horror movie, because there are a lot of fucking, court scenes there. And it makes sense. It has to be there to tell the story. So, haven't watched it? Watch it. It's an old movie. I think more than 10 years ago. So, yeah, just check it out. It's based on a true story. Her name is Annalise Michelle, I think. So, yeah, good stuff. All right, let's get to our first commercial break. That took longer than usual. When we come back, we'll talk about Refund Sisters, which is, I'm pretty excited. And I gotta say, I have a couple of things to say about that. But something positive, don't worry.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
What's up, simps? How many of you guys use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, this show included, and choose over a variety of artists and podcasters for your listening pleasure. So don't forget to download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow me on social media so that you'll know when the Kingdom Podcast will be on air. That's Yukmeister on Twitter and Instagram. See you there. Hey, podcasters. Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Hey everyone, Mo Twister here. Just as long as my guy Yuki here is talking about Jennie Kim, then I'm all over this podcast. You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. You can donate as little as 99 cents via our Anchor account to help to keep the show going. So please, got anything like that, go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. You can follow my co-host, awesome Mumu, at WhatARadRadish on Twitter, part of the FBI. How is it? How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing fine. It's with everything, like, I don't know, there's not a lot of, well, we're dealing with Refund Sisters right now, and obviously you always deal with those spamming fan cams, and you deal with people like trying to be trolls, but we're just kind of mellow right now.
Oh, good stuff. I mean, I know that you guys are doing your job well. When Ali reported to you, like, hey, can you do something about this? And then you were like, I'm on it. A few minutes later, that Twitter account got banned. You guys are hardcore.
Well, I mean, I have to say this. I felt kind of bad because I try my best to report, like, me individually, and I always get reports, but I never see any progress from my reports. So I'm like, oh, like, I mean, I see everyone else doing so well, and then there's me, and I can't even get like one count restricted. But that account got restricted. I don't know what you did. If you, obviously you did something, because a couple of minutes later when we checked, got banned. Yeah, it really just depends on how many people report it, and it has to be on the same thing.
That's awesome. I was even telling Ali, you should join that group, man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Ali actually would be pretty good.
Yeah, I think she would. I mean, she retweets like a lot of crap, not bad crap, good crap about Mamamoo, and you're always on Twitter. Why can't you just join them? And then she's I'm a child, that stuff. Okay, fine, whatever. All right. Now I know that you're going to talk about this on your podcast. Watch me not care. And
you're so bad.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna talk about Refund Sisters. Now, I gotta say, when I heard the song, I was like, okay, it's okay. It's not bad, but it's not that good. I mean, it's not egotistic. If we're gonna compare it to songs, it's not "You Go Girl." It's not "Who Dat Be" or an Jung-hwa song, because she's like super old school. I don't know some of her songs. Well, Festival I know. So it's not that good for me. But then I watched the episode where they recorded, and it dawned on me that, oh my God, this is an actual good song. I mean, I felt sorry for myself that I didn't realize it, when I first started listening to it. Now it's on my playlist. So
Wow.
yeah, it is. And you know what? I love Hwasa to death, but my respect for Hwasa just, went through the roof after watching this. I know for a fact that Hwasa can produce her own music. Now I know. Because I always know Hwasa as, speaking as a Mamamoo, I always know Hwasa as, of course, this tremendous singer. All of them are tremendous singers, but Hwasa's so signature when it comes to her voice. And now after watching how they recorded it, and they just let Hwasa do it. I mean, cool. Yeah, we're just going to eat jjajangmyeon here. I mean, go do your stuff. And she did it so effortlessly. She can produce her own songs now. That I know. And I'm just really excited how it's going to turn out, Refund Sisters. Because those are 4, queens in their own right. Those are generations of, angsty sisters. Those are from 4 different generations. And I'm just so excited and so, in awe on how they did it. And, going back to how Jung-hwa struggled all throughout it, with her throat being in the way, and how it turned out to be, I mean, super good. How say you? Let me guess.
Oh, stop it. Listen, you know me. Just because I happen to stan people does not mean I'm instantly going to love their songs.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's you and me. Yeah.
That's just point blank.
Yep.
But the thing is that when I listened to this, I was kind of like, I had to give it 2 listens because I was like, okay, wait, what did I just hear? So I have to hear it again.
Yep.
And I love this song. I can't. It's just so good. I mean, everything about it. It's like the message, the chord progression, the line distribution, everything is there. It feels professionally made. And it's like, I mean, the only thing is that I kind of wish, Hwasa wasn't always in the backup vocals. Because that's not her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It felt like
she had those ad-libs.
She was at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, but she's just pushed in the back, and I'm like, my baby, why are you back there? Please come, please come back. And so, anyways, yeah, I don't know. To give it a 10 or a 1 out or a 10 out of 10 type of scale, I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, it's better than Wanna Be Myself for sure.
It is.
Of course, I gotta compare it to another Mamamoo song, right? But because of the people that listen to this, most of them are going to be Mumu. So yeah, better than Wanna Be Myself. Mm-hmm. Who was the producer of that song? The girl who speaks.
Oh, Jimmy.
No, the girl who speaks on the song.
Is it
Toxic? Oh no, not Toxic. Cosmic.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm really sorry. But yeah, it sounds like for the other song, Gleam, yeah, it sounds like Cosmic. Yeah, for this song, it sounds like Toxic, So
oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I Wanna Be Myself.
No,
it's just not.
It's just Toxic.
Yeah. What's Toxic?
It doesn't fully do it for me.
Really?
What? Well, no, I am saying Wanna Be Myself doesn't fully do it for me. But I mean, I just thought it was funny because you just said
Toxic.
Just Toxic.
Yeah, it sounded like that for that song. They tried. Anyway, love the song. I'm pretty sure that they're performing it live, right? The next episode showed, a snippet of them dancing to it, right?
Yes. I don't know.
Haven't you watched a fucking show?
Yes, I have. You act like I know everything. I don't know
You
everything.
should. You're part of the MPD. I mean, you're my friend that's supposedly going to be fucking updated every single effing time.
Okay, well, can I just say this? On my episode, I plan on saying that I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about this song having choreography to it, because I just don't see any choreography to it. I don't know, because I just see them kind of performing with mics and bopping around on the stage. I don't see them actually having like a set of moves.
I guess because it's not something vocally demanding, not that much, right? So I feel like, a choreography might be a good way. Of course, they have to promote it, and they just can't promote it with, just on Apple and Spotify, and they gotta put salt on fucking open wounds for some other people. Get what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So they gotta not prove themselves, but just solidify their status that, okay, we're gonna do this and we're gonna make all of you cry.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, just saying. Anyway, good song. I love this song. You gave it an 8 out of 10. I'll give it probably a solid 8.5. Not 9, just a solid 8.5. That's it. It's refreshing. It's not something I'm used to, especially with Hwasa.
Yeah, like I like the fact that I don't know. I love the fact that like literally the Lee Hyori just said, "Hey, I want to get a girl group together.
Exactly.
Hey, could you be in my girl group?" I'm like, oh my gosh, could you imagine like a freaking a full generation queen saying to you, I want you to be in my girl group. Let's do this.
Can't say no.
They plan on No, how dare you? If you say no, get out of here.
Yeah.
But they came together, they wanted to make this song, and it's like not only is it just great in quality, but you have to like look at the basis of it, because not only did they just come together to make the song, but they're doing it for charity. They're not doing it just to like promote each other. They're doing it like because they're absolute sweethearts and they want to do it for a good cause.
What a song.
Like,
I love this show. Hang Out With You is such a good show because of the production of this show is really good. The producer of the show was the past producer of Infinite Challenge, one of the best variety shows of all time. And I'm just really glad that this happened, and I'm just hoping that they keep on doing it. They just keep on getting people, and Jessup just produces a lot of shit. Because I think this is the future. We gotta, with COVID happening, they can't really do so much, and just producing songs gives us, another gateway for us to know the artists better. Because the build-up for the song is super good. There's this good, solid, like 5, 6, 7 episodes with just them, bouncing around and stuff. So
yeah,
they gotta do this more often. I don't know. I'm excited for Refund Sisters. I hope they release another track, hopefully, if this all goes well. Because these 4 are, solid.
Very solid.
Hwasa's the main vocal of the group, right? I mean, obviously, right? That's why I'm confused why you think that she took a backseat. Or maybe you're just not used to her, just...
Well, because she was doing, let me think. Because it was mostly it was either Jessie rapping or singing, and then Hyori or Chunghwa came on, and they would sing their parts. But see, it was mostly Hwasa doing the backtrack.
Yep. The dubbing, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like, I'm not used to Hwasa dubbing. That's probably where I'm coming from.
Fair enough. Yeah, dubbing usually goes to Solar or Huiyin, and sometimes Moonbyul, right? Because Hwasa's her voice is so signature, she has to be, out there. I get what you mean. I get what you mean by that. But yeah, I mean, she shared the spotlight. I love it, and that's just something really refreshing for me. I can't wait. if there's anything more coming out of Refund Sisters. Hopefully there is. I want to.
Right, and actually, I would want to say this. Not only is it good, like for a line distribution, but I kind of would like to see a song where they're all singing together,
Right.
maybe like a ballad, because they're so their voices together. I could see them mixing very well, but they have to be given that opportunity.
That's right. And they're very expensive artists, so I don't know if there's going to be a round 2 for this, because I feel like Jessie is going to stick with Jesok for a whole lot because of the shows that they're doing, and then, you know, hopefully Jessie's on board with that. Hwasa is super expensive. You know, Yori is close with Jesok, so I think that's, you know, she's a staple there already. She's done it for like, you know, two songs now with Sak 3 and now with the Refund Sisters. And then Jongwa is just, you know, she's not cheap, of course, obviously, but I think she's on board with it. I think the biggest issue here is Hwasa.
Stop it.
She's so damn expensive, you know? I mean, Hwasa, hello.
Excuse me, it is Sylvie now.
Oh,
Her
Sylvie,
name is
right, Sylvie. Oh man, fuck it.
Sylvie.
Right, that's her name. They forgot about Okay, let me get this out of the way before we get to our last commercial break. You said that Hyejin or Hwasa killed Hyejin and then Maria killed Hwasa and then How do you figure? I don't get it.
Because everyone, well, first off, you're never on Twitter because it's an inside joke with news. It's the whole thing with the fact that Hyejin has had at least 5 stage names by now. So it's kind of like, okay, so Hwasa killed Hyejin, and then Maria killed Hwasa, and then Sylvie killed Maria.
Yeah.
So then kind of like, and then this whole thing came out with I don't know, one of my friends, she tweeted, if you stan Maria, unfollow me, because I'm Maria Sylvie. And then I'm just like, because at first I wasn't getting the joke because I'm like, it's the same person.
Yeah.
But that's the joke, because it's like different stage names. So it was so great. And then I did the same thing on my Twitter.
Yeah.
And then, so it's just an inside joke for Moose. It's a thing.
So I'm pretty sure that you unfollowed that person since you stan Maria so much.
No. Listen, I am a full-on Maria stan because I love her so much.
She's a Maria simp. I mean,
I am a simp, yes.
I don't know. I didn't like Maria that much.
You know, every time you say that, you are digging yourself a deeper grave.
Okay, just for the record, guys, Abby and I are friends. I'm a Mamamoo. I love Mamamoo. Don't throw hate towards me. It's not a selective love, okay? I love Hwasa to death. I love all 4 of them. I'm OT4 stan. No, I'm kidding. I'm a Wii stan, but I love them all. So yeah,
same.
Yeah, don't get me started. I'll fight back. But yeah, good song. 8.5, 8 out of 10. I can't wait. Second song, hopefully, but because Hwasa's so damn expensive, I don't think that's gonna be possible. might want to talk to Hwasa, you know, for the people who knows her. Yeah,
she is living in a multi-million-dollar home. My sweetheart, she is doing great for herself, and she just needs some self-love. That's all.
Yep.
And just because she's expensive, she deserves it because she just came out with her first mini album, and it's doing well. That's all I gotta say.
Yep. And I'm really glad that it's doing well, because there's an inside joke I want to say, but we're gonna save it for like another episode, since Abby told me not to say anything like that. Okay, you know, that's not a good idea. Maybe let's try and talk about it after the comeback. Okay, fine, sure. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, sure. Anyway, speaking of comeback, we're gonna talk about the comeback of Mamamoo and something else. So we're gonna discuss later on. So we'll get to our last commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more of this discussion, and it's another Mamamoo episode. What a surprise! I love Mamamoo. Don't go away, you guys.
This is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Hello, Radish Farm. Welcome to Mamamoo Central, where myself and a possible Moo star guest talk everything Mamamoo. Want the tea? We got you. Want a song review? No problem. Want to just freak about your best girl? Go nuts. Be sure to follow my Twitter at WhatARadRadish to get the latest and greatest from yours truly, while also updates about when I upload. Well, let's get on to today's topic. See you around.
Hey podcasters. Podcasting has become a staple when it comes to new things to try, especially here in the Philippines. Check all of them out on your podcast players like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We also hope you can donate to the show for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. You can go to anchor.fm/thekingdompodph/support. We want to get as much content out there as possible, and a small amount like this would definitely help us out to keep the show going. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
You are listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All our episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and on Anchor.fm. Your weekly dose of K-pop is now back.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can follow us on Twitter. You can like us on Facebook and on Anchor, all in one name at The Kingdom Pod PH. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at YouthMeister. And of course, for my co-host Abby, What a Rad Radish, already recording her 5th episode. I had to stop it, of course. Kingdom Podcast. My podcast first! I'm demanding like that. She actually wrote this show. Hey, I'm like super lazy to write a show, but I want to record a show with you. Can you write it for me? See how she's dedicated? She's so dedicated for this. She sent me the topics a few minutes after I said that. And I kept asking her on Twitter, hey, have you written the topics yet? Yeah, I sent it on Discord. Oh shit. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Everyone, he literally used to. Yes,
I am not an annoying
I'm trying
friend.
my best. Okay. No, really though. Like I have to. He keeps me accountable.
Yeah.
Because I'm in college right now. I'm doing my classes. I have all this stuff going on, and he's just like, "Did you write the draft?
Yeah.
Did you write the draft?
Yes.
Did you do it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's on Discord."
I slap her with her K-pop responsibilities.
Right.
Yeah, here's my homework. I need to do this. Thesis here and there. Hey, I gotta record a show.
Yeah. I should just tell my professor that. Like, no, you don't understand. I have to write a show.
Yeah, we gotta do this. I mean, it's for the moo-moos out there, so gotta understand. I'm really sorry. Anyway, before we go, or before we get to our last topic, or last few topics, we're recording this on a Tuesday. An episode about AOA will be dropping today. I already got 2 Elvises on the podcast with me to talk about AOA and what happened. So please, if you got time, this will be posted on a Friday, this episode. So back on Tuesday, which is today, new episode dropped, AOA episode. Have a listen on that. Really good stuff. Really, we went all in. We went all out, rather, when it comes to talking about their future. So, if you got time, watch that. And I just want to thank everyone who listened to the podcast. We're hitting numbers that we haven't hit ever before. So I'm just really thankful, really glad that you support the show, that you like listening to the show. Every time that I post an episode, even before I post it on Twitter, whenever you see it on your Spotify or Apple Podcast account, I already got plays for that. So thank you so much for supporting that episode, all of our episodes. And I hope Abby, with the success that she has on her podcast, would definitely freaking blow up as well. in all sorts of proportions. So, yeah, again, What a Rad Radish on Twitter for Abby, and check out her podcast, anchor.fm/Mamamoo Gossip Corner. Corner with a K. On our 5th episode. But of course, this goes first. Good stuff.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's talk about our last topics, or last few topics. Let's talk about the comeback. Okay. When you wrote the topic, you said the reaction to the album cover. Can I just say, album cover sucked.
Really?
I don't like it. It feels cougary.
Well,
it's about travel.
I mean,
Why are there
okay.
leopard prints there? I mean,
well, women like to dress luxuriously when
do you
they
dress
travel.
like that?
No, I don't. I'm poor, so I don't.
No, come on. That's not about money. I mean, you can get that in freaking Best Buy for fucking $5 maybe, but I don't like it.
Do you think it has a R&B kind of retro type of feel?
I feel that there's a retro kind of feel to it. I didn't feel the R&B because the green threw me off, but I like the logo. I like the 2 notes together. I like that. That's super smart. But other than that, I mean, I'm not at all, impressed by this. Just the album cover, because I don't know what to expect. Of course, they're dropping their pre-release on the 31st, so just check that out. But for the album cover, I mean, did you like it?
I mean, I don't know. When I saw it, I was screaming because I was like, thank God they're coming back.
Right.
Like, they're alive and well. But it's kind of, when I sat down and I looked at the album, I was like,
Right? It's not really. Of course, you'd be excited. They're coming back. They're good. They're preparing and stuff. Mamamoo. It's a Mamamoo song. For sure, it'll be good. But it needs visually. It needs work. The album cover. I don't know if they're gonna change it. I don't think they are.
Yeah.
But
they didn't stick with remember their last few albums. They didn't stick with one symbol. It was a flat background, and then they stick with one symbol. This had a lot of stuff going on with it. There was a leopard print, and there's 2 notes that symbolize their Sylvam album for the thing, but it's kind of it's different, but I don't know if it's a good different.
Yeah, I'm not excited yet. I like the fact that, of course, all right, great, they're coming back, but I'm not excited when I saw the cover. It's not visually pleasing for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
I don't know. Pre-release on the 31st, before their official release they'll be coming by November. They're gonna contend with BTS. Whew. They got a lot of work to do, guys.
Well, I mean, come on. They're in different categories, so I think that they both will have a fair shot at reaching charts and whatnot. But as far as fan base streaming goes, moos need a lot of work. And I know it's not that hard to admit it, because moos just suck at streaming.
You know what I hate? You know why I don't think this is a competition? For me personally, right? As a fan, as someone that's been following K-pop for years now, you know why I don't feel this is a competition is because I just want both of them, because I know that both of them are going to coexist. And regardless of the numbers, if they're putting out great songs together in one comeback, date, not date like literal date, but just one comeback, season, I'm totally fine with that. I don't mind us getting pummeled by the power that is the army, but if they're producing great songs together, I don't fucking mind. I don't want me fanboying over any group and it being a chore. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't want that kind of mentality. That's the Stan Twitter mentality. So I don't want that. Not everything is about numbers, you guys. And of course, we're gonna do our best to get it to chart, to get it to number 1, and that's super great. But if we don't feel bad. At the very least, they came back, and we're happy, and they gave us what we deserve, and and we give it back what we think they deserve. So. Yeah, I just don't want it to become a chore, but yeah, we got a lot of work to do if we want us to, I guess, succeed in the numbers. But don't think of it as like a criteria. Don't think of it as a requirement. I don't want mumus alike, and regardless if it's BTS or any group, right? I don't want us thinking that we should beat this and that and blah blah blah. But if we do, then cool. If we don't, then, we should be cool with that as well. But, yeah, just going back with the album cover. Didn't like it. What are your predictions for this?
Okay, so my predictions would be that I don't want to compare it because again, we have no idea what the frick's going on. But
right.
I think for my predictions, it's going to kind of be a look back on all of their albums because it's travel, right? So I would assume it's almost like we're traveling through different albums that they've released.
Right.
And we're probably going to get some maybe a ballad in there. We're going to get maybe a Go-Go Baby in there, maybe some other type of hip type of beats in there. Right. I don't know, just something that kind of maybe ties it together, which would be nice, but I don't want them to feel like they need to copy their own work. I want something fresh, but I don't want to make it be I heard this before. I mean,
You know what's ironic? It's called travel, and we can't travel. I find it funny.
Are you kidding me? Mamamoo can't travel.
We all can't travel. We're not supposed to. If you're doing that right now, you're either dumb as fuck or something similar to that. But
yeah,
it's very ironic. I love it. I love the humor. I think it's related to that. And yeah, you prove a point where it may be traveling through different comebacks or eras of Mamamoo. I'm hoping that it won't be as well. I want it to be fresh. I want it to be original. I feel that it might be a retro comeback. Something Piano Man vibe song. And I'm just hoping that it's super good. I'm hoping it's as good as Piano Man. If it's a retro track, I hope that it's as good as Piano Man. Because Piano Man, wrecked us all. So, I don't know. I'm not that excited yet.
Right.
Because it's still on the 31st. We still have 2 weeks before we get a taste of it.
I would say, I don't think we could even. I would just wait for a teaser because I don't like to overhype anything. I mean, true, it's Mamamoo is due for a comeback. We all know that. We can all just anonymously agree that we need a comeback.
Right.
But the problem is that I don't want Moos to overhype anything because if we get something for instance, Wanna Be Myself, unfortunately, that was overhyped.
Right.
So, and it would have been probably the song would have been better if it wasn't overhyped, but it was. Mm-hmm. So if we deal with this new album, don't overhype it, but be excited for it because we're glad that the girls are coming back. But wait for the teaser, and hey, if that teaser is bopping, then go for it. I mean, hype it up all you want.
Right. But if it's not, then, just hype it normally. not to that extent. You get what I mean?
I wouldn't if you watch the teaser and you don't like it, just be considerate, but say, you know what, this is only one teaser.
Right.
So don't put your full impressions on just one teaser, you know?
It's gonna be so good, blah blah blah. We're not there yet. Just chill.
No, we're not there yet.
Chillax. I mean, have a coffee, sit down. Get popcorn or something. Okay. When you wrote this, I'm not even that. When you wrote this and I saw it, I wasn't even so updated about it. I know that something like this is happening. The Jennie situation. When it comes to their Lovesick Girls video that she dressed up as a nurse. Let's talk about that first briefly before we talk about the main topic. Did you find it bad?
No, not at all.
Right? Not at all. It's an exaggeration. So I don't find it bad if we're gonna look at it. If we're gonna try and make it or to contend you other people that thinks otherwise, we're gonna use your argument against you. What about doctors? What about when you watch a doctor show or a doctor drama show, regardless if it's Korean or American or whatever, and they go in there like super cute, super handsome and whatnot, and then they flirt with other people, or they have a scene where they take off their coat and then dress up. Ain't that over quote unquote sexualizing other people too? So
right,
I'm not a big fan
it's
of
just
that.
I mean, I think in this context wasn't Jennie just like sitting, she's just sitting
Right.
on a chair,
Right.
and she's pretending to be a psychiatrist.
Exactly.
I mean, that's it. Like,
It's funny. But that's not the topic. But the topic here is, can I ask you what happened? I feel that there's this drama that they're dragging Mamamoo in it as well. What's wrong? What happened?
okay. No, it's not that. Okay. I didn't want to talk about it, but it's just the fact that the whole situation, you could just roll your eyes at it because it's
Right.
just so ridiculous.
Exactly.
But it was the fact that I'm just going to say it, okay? Blinks took random pictures from, I'm pretty sure it was their OIS video, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was just them in pictures, okay? And then they put it there and they're like, well, what's this? Look at Mamamoo. They wore nurse and doctor outfits, but Jennie is getting crap because she wore a nurse outfit. She's fully covered, but look at Solar and Hwasa. Look what they're wearing. They're so short. Like, I don't understand. I thought blinks were totally for feminism and girl empowerment, and yet here you are dragging other women down to further your argument, which isn't even working, by the way. And it gets me, I can't really talk about it a lot because it gets me angry, and I'm kind of glad that it's over with, but
Oh, what is it? Was it really a thing? Did it run for like days? Because I looked at Twitter. I looked at Twitter and then I saw that in like one day, and then the next day I didn't see any crap like that anymore. So it was an ongoing thing.
It kind of went on for about like 3 days, because the thing is that first it was Korean, what are they called, the people who live in K citizens or K-citizens or something?
Koreans. I don't know. They call them Koreans. Maybe.
Stan Twitter gives them a different name, but basically, okay, fine.
K-netizens, maybe? Yeah.
K-netizens. That's it.
Yeah.
They were getting butthurt about Jennie's nurse outfit. Now, blinks who are not from Korea started going after them because they're like, how could you? Like, I mean, it's just, she's fully covered. There's nothing wrong with it. Well, see, it was because of what they were saying that YG cut that scene,
Right.
And so Moos, okay, keep in mind, Moos were completely defending Jennie during this time, okay?
Right.
And it was only until blinks, like I'm talking maybe 6 or 7 of them, decided to post random nurse outfits that Mamamoo has worn, completely out of context and just says, oh, but look at what your girls are wearing. They're wearing nurse outfits and they're being totally sexualized. Meanwhile, Jennie is being thrown under the bus. Like, this just proves that Jennie is being hated no matter what. And I'm like, are you serious? And then instantly Moose and Blink start fighting again. And it's like, okay, but then when YG finally cuts that scene, all these Blinks are like, oh, we're so sorry, Jennie, that this had to happen to you. We tried our best. And are you serious? Like, I don't know. Meanwhile, it's kind of like Moose tried to support Jennie in a helpful and wholesome way, not trying to drag other people into it. And actually, I have to say this. Mamamoo was not actually the only group that was dragged for this. There was 2 other groups, I feel like.
BTS, I think, was dragged into
BTS was dragged.
Jin
BTS was dragged into it.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, they weren't the only group, yeah.
Well, you know, for people like that, I mean, my God, you guys are fucking, you know, you guys are just fucking horrible. If your idol, I feel that if your idol is going through shit, you just defend them. Don't drag other people, you know, down with you. I mean, and it's not even down. I mean, like what we said, it's an exaggeration. We feel that, you know, Jennie being portrayed in that way is an exaggeration because there's really, like what you said, there's nothing wrong with what she was wearing. There's nothing wrong with the scene. We agree with you. We even tried to defend you. But when your artist, regardless if you're a Blink or any other fandom, if your artist is going through shit, don't drag other artists, you know, with you. And you can cry me a fucking river if you guys are going through shit like that. But don't you know, bombard us with, oh, what about this? What about that? Oh, wait, but Yuuki, blah, blah, blah. You know, Solar wore this and blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. Cry me a river.
Oh my gosh. I mean, can I just say this? Like, remember when Blackpink's album first came out and Blink's had nothing better to do. I mean, they could have streamed. They could have been happy that their girls finally gave them an album, but instead they're crying about Jennie's outfit. Meanwhile, Moos are actually helping them stream. Like, I don't know. It's the ridiculousness of it. I don't know who's being more mature here. You know, I'm on the fence.
That's right. And I gotta say, we're not washing our hands here. Of course, there are horrible moo-moos too. We're just not in.
There are.
Yeah, we're just not in company with them. You know, we're not close. We don't know them. If we do, we report them. That's it. You know, you should call them out. If they apologize, right? If they, okay, I've done wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, let's stop there. Don't do it again. Okay, cool.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we don't bombard them. If ever that you guys are doing that, and I hope you are, once they say sorry, just a thought. Once they say sorry, then, you know, should be fine. If they do it again, then call them out. Just keep on calling them out. You can't ask them to stop being a moo-moo. You can't ask them to stop being a Blink, right? I mean, they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want because we don't own them. So we just do our jobs. And that's what you need to do. If ever that things like this is happening, people are calling you out, just do your fucking job. Don't drag other people down. Especially if you're dragging other people down, then drag Blinks down. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Don't drag other fandoms with you. We're preparing for a comeback. You guys have already prepared for it. We're preparing for a comeback. You drag Mamamoo in, you drag BTS in with Jin. You know, we're both preparing for comebacks. So don't fuck with us. Oh shit. Sorry. Something
that was
fell.
a good period.
Yeah. Ding. Yeah.
Nice.
Fuck you guys. I hate this. This is why I hate Stan Twitter. This is why when I go on Twitter, I normally just tweet out what I'm doing or, you know, what my thoughts are. Nothing really heavy and stuff. Oh, okay. My dog rolled over. Super cute. Huh? Let me tweet that out. That's it. Fucking horrible people. Fuck you.
I mean, I would just say, like, okay, one final thing on this. If blinks that were not from Korea, meaning that basically the 85% of them, if they said nothing about Jennie's outfit or even acknowledged what Katizens were saying, that clip wouldn't have been cut. Mamamoo wouldn't have been dragged into it. It's just like, you have to realize that, and I made at least 2-3 tweets about this. If you blinks just ignored it, nothing would have happened. I mean, really, you did more hurt than you did more good. You just that's what happened. You did that.
Oh, but wait, let me go to the Haye music video. Oh, look, it's not cut. Screw you. Fucking assholes. Whew. What a rant. What a show. Thank you so much, Abby, for doing this. You may now continue with your 5th episode.
Oh, I can? Thank you so much.
Yes,
for
you may.
letting
That was the show. Thank you so much. Again, this will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and on Anchor at The Kingdom Pod PH. Follow me on Twitter at Youthmeister, and for my lovely, lovely co-host, just posted a Maria dancing video on a onesie.
No, I didn't.
Oh, right. Shit.
I didn't do it.
Ali was like, hey, look at this. Okay, who's this? That's Abby. Holy shit! Good stuff.
Oh my gosh. I wore my mask. Yeah.
What a rad radish on Twitter. You're gonna see her dance Marie on a onesie. In a onesie, rather. Super cool. Check out her 4th episode about fuck. I don't even know their name. Fuckbase. At anchor.fm/Mamamoo Gossip Corner. Corner with a K. Thank you so much, Abby, for doing this.
You're welcome.
I will see you again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by The Voice DJ Yuki and co-engineered by senior producer Jason Aguayo. Special thanks to the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Anchor at The Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and any other platforms you use to listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.